The following announcement has been paid for by the New World Order.
Hello, this is the intrepid traveler, Paul London. Good journey, y'all. When you're ready to whip your rock out, do it with Coach Kev at Damage 365 Radio.
Esposito's Pizza and Pasta. Check us out on one of our fine locations, 930 Route 34 in Matawan, New Jersey, or 233 East Main Street in Manasquan, New Jersey. From pizza and salads to pasta and buffalo wings, we have something to suit every member of your family. Whether you're seeking to take out, delivery, or just want to dine in, let us do the dishes. We would be more than happy to take care of your next meal. Our courteous and friendly restaurant staff is here to meet and exceed all your expectations. We promise an enjoyable experience each and every time we serve you. Try our award-winning sesame seed crust pizza, the recent winner of first place in the Las Vegas Pizza Open in the Artisans Division. Visit us online at sesameseedpizza.com for store hours, menus, and phone numbers, or just stop by one of our two great locations. You'll be glad you did. Esposito's Pizza and Pasta, so close to eating at Mom's, but without all the yelling.
CTW Change the World Wrestling returns live to New Jersey with a huge outdoor show from Allie Clark Field in South Amboy, New Jersey. See the Product David Starr take on Shane Swerve Strickland. Plus, Team New York battles Team New Jersey in a huge Survivor Series main event. Plus, Dick Justice, Dan Barry, The Rogues, Deanna Perrazzo, Jesse Brooks, Frightmare, South Amboy's own Lowlife, Louis Ramos, and more. Proceeds from this show will benefit the South Amboy Youth Athletic Association and Little League. Tickets are available at the gate or right now for discounted prices at CharityWrestling.com.
This is Tito Santana, and you're listening to Damage 365 Radio. Arriba!
The following announcement has been paid for by the New World Order.
And we're back, folks, and definitely we went on to check out that show in South Amboy, New Jersey, CTW Change the World Wrestling, Damage 365 Radio, and one of our sponsors, the Funkenstein Wrestling Superstore, are sponsors of the show. Catch them at CharityWrestling.com for more information. We'll little by little, as that show gets closer, we'll be building that show up, letting you know all the information. We started doing that a couple of weeks ago. But again, you want to go to CharityWrestling.com to see the likes of the Garden State Gods, Kyle the Beast, Arcadia, Shane Strickland, Pinky Sanchez, the Product David Starr, Danny D'Amanto, First Class Brian Brass, the Rogues, Super Cop Dick Justice, Frightmare, Too Hot Steve Scott, Scumbag Nation, and the hometown boy Low Life Louis Ramos. This is just to name some of the people that will be there in attendance. I'm sure there'll be others, including some possible former mainstream superstars in attendance doing some meet and greets. So check it out, CharityWrestling.com for more information and just to keep a track on all that's going on with that show. Any changes and things like that, because every week we'll just give you a little heads up that that show is coming up, and every other independent show that we'll be a part of every single weekend. Is speaking about wrestling shows that we were a part of. We were a part of Valkyrie Women's Professional Wrestling this past Thursday, and that took place in South Jersey. This was called Valkyrie 6. It was a great show. We beefed that up the last couple weeks. We had the likes of La Rosa Negra and Sumi Sakai and Bonesaw, Jesse Brooks, Renee Michelle, Little Genie, Hania, the Howling Huntress, Kimberly, Diana Perazzo, Angel Dust, and so many more that took place at Woodbury Heights, New Jersey. Last time we visited there, we had a blizzard, so this was better. Just rain this time, just rain. So the opening match saw I always say her name wrong, but Hania, the Howling Huntress. She took on Ashley America, somebody we're very, very familiar with on this show. Very good match, but it saw Hania winning the match with a off-the-top rope moonsault into a pin combo for the victory. So good job from the Howling Huntress. Jennifer Cruz took on Savannah Evans in a rematch from the pre-show, where Savannah Evans got a quick 4-second victory. Jennifer Cruz was too busy dancing around the ring and trying to get attention from the crowd. She got rolled up into a pin, but she demanded a rematch, and match number 2 saw Jennifer Cruz take on Savannah Evans, and Cruz defeated Evans, but pinning her with her feet on the ropes. So I'm sure this is not over between Cruz and Evans. La Rosa Negra, she took on Renee Michelle, and of course La Rosa was accompanied to the ring by Jade George and her Secretary of Defense Natalie. And speaking of Natalie with a little assist to La Rosa Negra, helping her pick up the pinfall over Renee Michelle. So La Rosa Negra victorious. Bonesaw, Jesse Brooks took on Sumi Sakai in a match where Sumi Sakai needed to win to hold on to her number 1 contender match with Casey Carlisle or Kimberly, whoever walked out as women's champion that night. So she had to win. 15 minutes was the time limit. That went by to a 15-minute draw. The referee said we'll start the match again for 5 more minutes, but after that 5 more minutes, again, no decision was reached. So the final decision after 20 minutes of wrestling was a draw. So technically, Sumi Sakai did not win the match, and technically she loses her number 1 contender. But I have a funny feeling Sumi Sakai, who's been around this business a very long time, she's going to find her way under the skin of the women's champion of Valkyrie, and she will somehow, some way, frustrate them enough that they will challenge her to try to shut her up. So we'll see what happens at Valkyrie 7. Returning to Valkyrie was Angel Dust, and she took on Diana Perazzo. And Angel Dust was Victoria using her version of the Codebreaker, and a very good match between the two, very evenly matched. But it was Angel Dust victorious over Diana Perazzo. Lexia Avery took on Devienne in a Texas bull rope and bell match, cowbell match, and it wasn't the typical one you see in WWE where you got to drag your opponent to each 4 corner. The rope was tied to each of them. Pinfalls were in effect, and you could use the rope and the bell as a weapon. And Lexia and Devienne were back and forth inside and outside the ring, beating the hell out of each other to the point where the referee lost absolute control and finally got them back inside the ring. And Lexia Avery was victorious when the referee had to stop the match because Devienne passed out, and victorious was Lexia Avery. The Top Shelf Troy Nelson Invitational was up next. That saw Nikki Adams accompanied with Dickie Rods. They were there to try to take out Nyla Rose. That's right. This has been going on for a couple of weeks now. Let's see. Even with the outside interference with Dickie Rods and at times Troy Nelson himself, Nyla Rose was victorious using a top rope moonsault squashing Nikki Adams and defeating her in the middle of the ring for a count of 3. Then Nyla Rose decided enough was enough. She went straight after Dickie Rodz and Troy Nelson. Nelson escaped, but Dickie Rodz did not escape before he was speared in the middle of the ring by Nyla. And again, this is probably not over because Troy Nelson is just out to try to destroy Nyla Rose. So far, he's 0 for 2. So I guess we'll have to see what happens next. The main event was next. And that main event saw the champion, the Queen of Valkyrie, Casey Carlisle, defend her title against one of the well-traveled, well-known, and one of their more talented female independent wrestlers in the East Coast, Kimber Lee. And this match was great. Okay? I have yet to see a bad Casey Carlisle match. So, Bonesaw Jesse Brooks and Casey, unbelievable. Mistress Belmont and Casey, unbelievable. This did not let us down. Casey Carlisle and Kimber Lee, a great match. They beat the hell out of each other. Both took each other to the limit. Pulled out move after move after move in their arsenals. Whether it was top rope, in ring, middle rope, outside the ring, whatever they could do to beat the hell out of one another, they did. But at the end, it was Casey Carlisle victorious after a double arm DDT, planting Kimber Lee, pinning her, and remaining the Queen of Valkyrie. She is still the women's champion, Casey Carlisle. So congratulations to her. And congratulations to the entire roster of Valkyrie that night. They put on an unbelievable show. Their crowd base is growing little by little. And I think, give it some time. It's going to catch on. Female wrestling is not getting its due. They're very talented. And Chris Levin, who is in charge of all this, he does a really good job. And I want to thank him, as always, for allowing Damage 365 Radio to be in attendance. But at this time, we want to welcome in our guest for the day. She is the independent star, the international sensation, and we want to welcome her home from Japan, Thunder Rosa. Welcome home.
Hi, Kevin. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm getting ready for a show right now, actually, as we speak.
I know. I appreciate you you taking your time to give us a call. I know you're physically and mentally prepping for a show tonight against your opponent, and I'm just happy that you were able to give us a couple minutes of your time and tell us all about your experience in Japan. And we'll get right off to the bat. I mean, just the culture, and I followed you. I've seen a lot of your pictures and your videos, and life is so much different in Japan. Just outside of wrestling, we'll get to wrestling. Just tell us how it is like to wake up in a brand new day in Japan compared to the United States.
Well, first of all, I want to say hi to everybody in the show, and thank you for following me. And that's very humbling. Thank you. But Japan, man, first of all, you're it gets when you wake up, it's super bright, super bright. The sun is up at 4 o'clock in the morning. Life is really everybody's on their own thing, on their phones, on the metro. People really don't talk to you unless you approach them. And being a foreigner, it sometimes it can be kind of hard because people in Tokyo don't really like foreigners very much, especially loud Mexicans like me. It was kind of hard. It was kind of hard for me to adjust. The first month, I was going crazy. I was just if I was in Oakland, just singing and dancing on the metro and just being a foreigner, right? And people used to get really, really pissed. But then later on, as the time came, I started settling down. I started getting on my phone on the metro, kind of doing the same thing in there. I walked everywhere. I lost a ton of weight because we didn't have a car, so we had to take the metro to the dojo and then back. And training was really, really intense. like definitely changing my eating habits was shocking because